If your car suddenly hesitates when you hit the gas, idles rough, reacts late to pedal input, or just feels strangely off, a lot of drivers jump straight to the same expensive conclusion: the throttle position sensor is bad. Replace it. And that is exactly where people waste money, because in a lot of cases, the problem is not a dead sensor at all. It's lost throttle adaptation, confused learned values, or a system that never properly recalibrated after battery work, throttle body cleaning, or low voltage. So in this video, I'm going to show you the reset sequence that actually makes sense to try first, when a reset is worth your time, when it's a complete waste of time, and how to tell if you fixed anything at all before you start firing parts at the car like a parts cannon. And that last part matters, because one of the biggest mistakes online is pretending every throttle issue has the same fix. It doesn't. So before we do any reset, let's make this simple. Reset first, or diagnose first. A reset is worth trying first when the symptoms are mild to moderate, and especially when the issue started after a weak or replaced battery, throttle body cleaning, throttle body replacement, electrical work, the car sitting for a long time, or strange throttle behavior with no obvious hard failure. That's where reset territory begins. But if you have major stalling, limp mode, severe lack of power, repeat trouble codes that come right back, or the car is barely drivable, don't fool yourself into thinking a reset is some magic trick. At that point, you may be dealing with an actual failed sensor, a wiring issue, a throttle body problem, or something else entirely. So here's the rule. If the car feels confused, try the reset. If the car feels broken, start diagnosing. That one distinction alone can save you a lot of wasted time. Now let's kill one myth right away. Myth versus reality. The myth is that any random pedal dance you see online will reset the TPS on every vehicle. Reality, different cars handle throttle relearn and adaptation differently. Some respond to simple reset attempts. Some need a more specific relearn process. Some are better handled with a scan tool. And some don't need a reset at all, because the real problem is somewhere else. So what I'm giving you here is the smartest escalation path. Start simple, verify results, then move up only if needed. That's how you avoid replacing good parts. And that's how you avoid wasting an afternoon doing the same useless reset 5 times. Method 1. Quick adaptation reset. This is the first method to try when the symptoms are recent, mild, and there's no sign of a serious failure. Think slight hesitation, delayed pedal response, unstable idle after battery work, or the throttle feeling off, but not catastrophic. Here's the idea. With the vehicle safely parked, turn the ignition to the on position without starting the engine. On push-button cars, that means ignition on, engine off. Now slowly press the accelerator pedal all the way down. Don't jab it. Move it smoothly. Hold briefly at full travel, then slowly release it all the way back up. Repeat that smooth full sweep a couple more times. Then switch the ignition fully off. Wait a few seconds. After that, start the engine. Now this is where impatient people ruin the reset. Do not touch the gas pedal right away. Let the engine idle and settle. Give the system a chance to re-establish its baseline. If this works, what you'll usually notice is smoother idle, cleaner throttle response, less hesitation off the line, and a more natural connection between your foot and the engine. If nothing changes, don't panic. That doesn't prove the sensor is dead. It only means the simple reset wasn't enough. Method 2. Battery disconnect reset. This is the next step when the car is still acting weird, and you want to clear stored learned values more completely. It's especially worth trying if the problem appeared after battery issues, low voltage, or random throttle weirdness that started without obvious mechanical failure. Turn the car off, open the hood, disconnect the negative battery terminal, and keep it safely away from the post. Leave it disconnected for several minutes, so the modules can fully power down. Then reconnect the terminal securely. Turn the ignition on without starting the engine. Let the system wake up, and then start the car. Again, don't stab the throttle the second it starts. Let it idle undisturbed. This step matters more than many people realize, because the system may need a quiet moment to rebuild its throttle and idle reference. If it helped, you should notice improvement in idle quality, smoother takeoff, and less inconsistent pedal feel on a short drive. If it still feels the same, now we move into the method that catches a lot of modern electronic throttle cars. Method 3. Throttle relearn. This is where many drivers get tripped up. They clean the throttle body, replace something, reconnect the battery, and start the car, and when idle goes weird, they assume they broke something. Sometimes they didn't. Sometimes the system just never relearned properly. This method matters most on newer drive-by-wire systems and on vehicles that are sensitive to throttle adaptation. Start with the ignition on, engine off, and give the system a moment. On some vehicles, you may hear the throttle body making faint electronic sounds as it cycles. Then, follow the basic sequence your car responds to best. Key on settling period, engine start, then untouched idle. The key point here is not flashy. It's discipline. No throttle input, no revving to help it, no interrupting the process. Then take the car for a short drive, and don't judge it in the first 3 seconds. What you're looking for is whether initial tip-in feels smoother, idle stays more stable, the engine responds more linearly, and hesitation is reduced under light acceleration. If the car feels noticeably calmer and cleaner afterward, that's a strong sign you were dealing with adaptation, not necessarily sensor failure. Method 4. Scanner-based reset. This is the pro move, and this is where you separate real diagnosis from guesswork. If the simple resets don't stick, or your vehicle is known to be picky, a scan tool with throttle adaptation or relearn capability is often the most precise path, short of factory-level service procedures. A basic code reader may not be enough. You want a scanner that can access service functions, relearn functions, or bidirectional controls. Plug into the OBD2 port, enter the engine or throttle menu, and look for options like throttle relearn, idle relearn, throttle adaptation reset, or learned values reset. The wording varies by platform and scanner. Follow the prompts exactly. Some require engine off, some require ignition on, some ask for an idle period afterward. This method is valuable because it doesn't rely on folklore. It uses the car's own control logic, as directly as your tool allows. If you've made it this far, and the scanner reset improves the issue, that tells you something important. The problem may have been adaptation-related all along. If it changes nothing, that tells you something too. Which brings us to the most useful section in the whole video. Pass or fail. Did the reset actually work? A lot of people do a reset, feel one tiny change, and immediately declare victory. Don't do that. Use this simple pass/fail test. The reset probably helped if idle is smoother and more stable, pedal response feels more direct, and hesitation is reduced during light acceleration. The reset probably did not fix the real problem if the check engine light comes back, idle still hunts or surges, or acceleration still feels delayed, jerky, or disconnected. That is the checkpoint. If you got real improvement, good. If you didn't, stop repeating resets and hoping harder, when a reset will not save you. This is where people waste the most money. A reset will not fix a physically failing sensor, damaged wiring or connectors, a dirty or sticking throttle body, vacuum leaks, unstable battery voltage, or other faults that only feel like TPS problems. So if you've tried the reset path and the symptoms are still there, your next move is not blind replacement. Your next move is targeted diagnosis. That means checking codes, looking at wiring, inspecting the throttle body, and figuring out whether the problem is the sensor, the airflow side, or the control side. That's how you avoid guessing. Start with the cheap reset. Verify the result, then diagnose with intent. That's how you stop the parts cannon from emptying your wallet. If this video helped you narrow it down, Subscribe quietly for more no-nonsense car fixes that save money before they cost money. And drop your car model in the comments if one of these reset methods worked, because that helps everyone else cut through the noise too.